really are excited for Arknights Endfield. Now, I feel like there's still not enough information out there. Now, thankfully, people like Chaotic has played 100+ hours, but I think the game is still going to change drastically, and I do feel like it does need to change drastically before it comes out. And the reason why that is because while people may like the base building, I do think for a casual audience, it is going to be a deterrent. I do truly hope they add in something to streamline the base making process, because I feel like people just aren't going to get it. And I understand that a game made for everyone is a game made for no one, and it could attract a niche audience. However, I feel like the Factorio player base is just a little bit too small to make mainstream appeal. I could be totally wrong. Obviously, I'm merely speaking for us Americans, us Westerners, and talking about the success in the West. Maybe Japan and China and Korea are screaming for a Factorio base. However, I am still painfully optimistic, and I'm hoping maybe I can learn to love it, because it is a lot to take in, but I'm not willing to dive deep into a system with that much depth this early on. So I am excited for the reason I will be playing on launch, and I will be the most watched streamer on launch, which the Arknights community is going to be very excited about that. But yeah, apparently this guy is tired of all the Endfield glazing. Let's see what's going on.
I'm getting sick of all the Endfield glazing.
I'm getting sick of the fact that I still don't see any Yvonne Rule 34 on the internet, bro.
Boot up the tube hoping to watch a piano girl in a latex suit, but instead I stumble on a video praising the gacha system. It's so generous, they said. I had to click. I thought the general
So the general consensus, and this is why I don't give a fuck what everybody's saying, the general consensus of the Arknights Endfield banner system was that it is garbage. However, I said on, the first hour and a half of me playing, that it's actually one of the most generous systems if you are free to play, and that they keep to constellations being lackluster and unneeded, because this system will acquire you a character copy and a weapon for the cheapest out of all mainstream gacha games. So it can be very good, but for whales, you're going to get punished. But I'm going to be real. If you're spending thousands of dollars on this game, regardless, you're just dumb. So take advantage of being able to grind everything as free to play and it being efficient, and just stop spending so much retarded amounts of money on a gacha game that you really don't need to spend any money on to begin with.
Consensus was that the gacha system was greedy, awful, and trash. But here's this German-sounding guy, fluent in Chinese, telling me the opposite, breaking it all down with numbers, calculations, and side-by-side comparison. Turns out,
yeah, it's also like really easy to understand where it's just like, okay, other games have pity at 180. This game has pity at 120, right? And then you can buy the weapon currency by just doing pulls off of the character weapon. It's or character currency. It's really not that hard to understand.
this pothead knows his stuff. It is generous. Check this out. No! I'm getting sick of thinking the base building and resource collecting would just be another chore in my pointless life, but they tell me about building your own ecosystem of fully autonomous facilities, turrets blasting enemies, zip lines that glide like you're in disability. I'm not just building because I
Okay, so the building is going to be a chore 100%, but it depends on whether you enjoy it or not. It's like having a job. Like, other motherfuckers go to McDonald's and they hate their fucking lives. I go live and I play video games every day, but we still have the same job. It's going to depend on how much you enjoy this shit, on whether you're going to want to play this or not. And that being said, the same thing with exploration. If you really want to manually walk and place your own waypoints to glide to, sure, it could be cool. I think it's pointless monotony, but some people might like it. We're just going to have to see.
have to. I build because I want to. It's addictive, fulfilling, fueling this greed, this endless need to expand. No more grinding the same spot 1,000 times for mushrooms. Now you're cultivating them in your backyard or your motherfucking spaceship.
Yeah, that's true. If you can use that base system to farm the materials that you need and never have to explore the world ever again, it's the best. So if you can actually do that, to remove the daily grind of the fruits, the vegetables, the orangutans, the breakfast cereals, if you can do all that shit, then yeah. But if not, what's the point?
Frees you to do what you want while the menial work gets done in the growth room. I'm getting sick of all the glaze over how smooth and masterful the character models and animations are. You can see their personality just by a simple menu selection, a reflection of the devs' deep connection, affection, and probably an erection. The Chens, the Pons, the Borlicas, the Surters, the Enmans, they're the backbone of the game. They breathe.
Yeah, Chen is so fucking cute, it's ridiculous. Yo, show more Yvonne. If I don't see Yvonne's ass this video, I'm gonna be heavily disappointed.
Life into the story, interact with you. You belong in this story, and you're living it with them. They need these guys to live so that we the players, can live too. I'm getting...
Why is bro a rapper?
Sick of all the glaze claiming the character designs are amazing. That releasing Surtur so early on was a genius move. That the amount of thigh shots Chen gets in every cutscene is wild. That the way light bounces off abs off these two has players beguiled. Or when you can't help but stare at Surtur's cleavage while leveling her skills. Or even the brilliant display of bare backs for a number of ladies, including the intentionally boring one. All crafted for the greater good.
Yeah, I don't know why they make intentionally boring character, bro. She's so fucking dumb. Also, good gourd, man. Bro's the fucking Bro's the Eminem of the gacha community.
Good, designed to spark your neurons, just as they should. I'm getting sick of all the glaze saying that the combat is more than everything you've experienced, that the first impression of it being dull and shallow is an allusion to the beautiful execution of combos and team synergy. Having all 4 party members moving around like a raid in Unity, final attacks that trigger skills into full combos that lead into other chains is nothing short of exhilarating, and it's kind of hard to explain. It's not about—
Yeah, no, the combat's really good. I think motherfuckers are hating right now, but to be honest, as far as it goes, it's definitely better than Genshin's combat. Absolutely. I enjoy it quite heavily, and I haven't even done it with like a full-fledged, like, highly synergistic team, but it also feels like a lot of characters can be mixed and matched, which is really nice, but we'll see how that goes. That's always how it feels in 1.0, but we're going to have to see if it truly can go above and beyond and succeed the status quo. I'm a spiritual individual.
About stacking 6 stars for the easy win. True power comes from synergy, a mixed team working in harmony. That's where the real damage comes from. That's where the fun begins. I'm getting sick of all the glaze for the story, saying that despite the slow start, it builds to glory, that it builds—
Yeah, for the story as it goes, I like it a lot. It really is a truly awful, really hot coffee pot.
Builds to keep you engaged with existential threats and traces of cosmic horror, telling you that there is more to it, that the legacy of Doctor of Rhodes Island and the burden Amiya left behind is connected to everything you do, the implications that the stars have failed their duty to preserve life, and that the universe's hope now rests upon your shoulders as the lead.
It's nice because when it goes with the devs, you can tell they've been working for miles. Finally, we get a gacha game in 2025 with style.
Of Endfield, the herald of Originium, the last spark of life that refuses to die. There's hope in this existence, and you'll see if it's true, and that the others stand ready to share that hope with you. I'm getting sick of sitting on this ship floating in a lonely universe. Below me, a ravaged planet beams with life. As the anthem of hope echoes in my ears, I turn to see the operators and volunteers there to lift the world up with me, their faces brimming with conviction, knowing that the dream still lives on. I have to remind—
Oh, there she is, bro. This bitch is going to sell thousands of dollars. Here's what more companies should do. When a character leaves the limited banner, put them on the standard banner. That would make buku bucks for developers, man. I'm telling you, just when the limited runs over, put them on the standard banner. It would be so much better.
Myself that this is just the beta. The Griff gods are cooking something more ridiculous than this.
They literally do. Genshin does not do that. Honkai Star Rail does not do that. Zenless Zone Zero does not do that. Wuthering Waves does not do that. Okay, so I don't know what games you're referring to, but of the big 4 of gacha games, none of them do that. The only game that comes to mind that does do that is Nikke and Cookie Run Kingdom. And I know 90% of y'all don't play fucking Cookie Run. Okay? Now, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all played Nikke, right?
So yeah, I'm getting sick of all the glazing. This is the proof. But surely after this, I bet you are too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You kind of just glazed the fuck out of the game. And that being said, as far as it goes from other creators, it was kind of tame. So I don't want to sit there and say that you're lame. And to be honest, I feel the same. Like, comment, subscribe. Great video, man. That was fucking awesome.